So once the molds are level, you just lightly tag it with a release agent. Doesn't require too much. It's important not to put too much release agent on the molds because that may affect the concrete's ability to receive color. So just a light dusting is required. The product that we're working with today is called Specco Rock, and that's the product that we're going to be using for our molds. It's a gypsum-based concrete that really sets off fast, but we like that because that allows us to demold and use our pieces rather quickly. We're looking for a pourable, almost self-leveling. Let me know if it's getting tight on you. No. Okay, go ahead. Give it all you can. Is it that tight? There you go. Perfect, perfect. Now that we're thoroughly mixed, we're going to pour into our mold. Who needs a little bit more? Rich, you okay? Need a little bit more? You're going to start your process of screeting off?
TJ, no gloves.
TJ, we got to get you some gloves real quick.
I just won't shoot his then. Okay, tell me what he's doing.
Okay, what we're doing right now is we're taking a straight edge and we're screeding off this mold. We're basically just leveling off the mold to get the excess off of it. Our molds are level on our floor, and we're just basically taking off the excess with a process called screeding.
What happens if the surface isn't level or you have it sitting on?
If the surface is not level during this process, you could create a uneven surface on the back of your piece. And when you go to put it on the wall, then what will happen is you will not have a flat surface and you'll have excessive amounts of product in the wrong area. I'm not describing that properly. Go ahead and take it from there. That are in this exposed stone mold set serves a purpose. There's a large corner, a small corner, a very large side piece, 2 medium pieces and 2 small pieces. Each of these pieces can be interchanged, flipped, reversed. They can go from the left or the right, on the top or on the bottom. There's a lot of versatility. And you don't need that much stone on the wall. In fact, you want more plaster on the wall than you do stone. The stone only serves as brief glimpses of the overall effect. Faux finishers have tried to duplicate this look for decades, but they've always got it. It's more impression work than realistic work. This is a very realistic looking finish, but it is a finish. It's just pieces that are put on a wall and then the plasterers can do their job. Normally on a cultured stone product or any kind of a product that you would apply on the wall where you're either buttering the back with mortar or putting some liquid nails on it to hold it up, you'd use a scarifier and you would scarify the back of these pieces. But this is the way these have been designed, it goes from about 1.25 inches all the way down to nothing. So if you raise the surface to help the back of these, what's going to happen is you're going to actually lift it farther away from the wall, which means the plasterers are going to have to lift up the material higher to cover these sides. So it's unnecessary. You don't have to do that. All you need to do is just allow it to harden up, and then once it's completely hardened, I use Loctite because it has 9 times the adhesion strength the initial tack. So that's what's important. I think that's what's to be used. Plus, a couple drywall screws. These things don't weigh very much at all. A couple drywall screws will hold these pieces in place, and that's all you need. So no scarifier. Okay. It's been about 15 minutes. You can wait for these for another 10 minutes or 30 minutes, or you can even wait an hour if you want. But that's not necessary. Basically, you turn it up on its side like this, okay? And the outside ridge of this mold is real thick. So you just need to bend it back just like this. And you can see how it's starting to separate. And basically all you want to do is just separate that just like that until you get it open. Just kind of peel it back just a little bit. You can see how all the excess is flaking off. That's not a big deal. But just bend it to get air in there. And if you just keep on doing that, just keep on bending it back just a little bit, then you can lay it right down, right on against your hand. All you're doing is lifting it out and getting the mold out from underneath all of your grout, okay? So now we have our stone pieces. You can see our mortar lines and you can see the original stone. And this is exactly what our piece is going to be. And this is exactly how it will go up against the wall, just like that. Okay? Now we'll do the same process to all of our pieces. But for now, because this is still wet, it's literally 15 minutes old, we're going to bring it over to another area where it can sit and dry and cool down. Just gently lean it up against the wall so air can get all behind there and it can basically dehydrate. All right, this one's pretty much ready to go. We might want to just shave off the edges just a little bit. I'm going to give this one a little bit more time because it's the biggest one.
And those other ones, well, that one where Richard is.
That one's probably pretty much ready, Rich. Just gently lift it up on its side. Exactly, perfect.
I'd have to ask my wife. I'm not allowed to wash at my house. I mess up everything. About 20 years ago, I helped her out in the wash.
Was that on purpose?
No, I was really helping out, I thought.
Hey, for teaching purposes, what are some of the things you can screw up in this?
Smartest thing I've ever done. I never have to do it. Just like I heard on the barbecue pit, I never have to barbecue again.
Probably the number one thing that would be a screw up for this type of a project would be not having your pieces level. If this piece is bowing or bent or cockeyed or one edge is lifted up or something like that, it will not sit properly on the wall. That'd probably be the number one thing. Yeah.